Thank you everybody, and it's great to be here. It's a great honor. Thank you, Kelly, for all your hard work. You've been here since I first came on campus, and it's nice to see the consistency, and you do a great job here. Thanks to the Hall of Honor committee, to the inductees today. Congratulations. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Butch Raymond. It's great to see you. Thanks to the previous inductees as well. Laid the foundation of success here at Southwest, and it's great to be a part of that category now. Mike Peterson, one who is presenting me today, previous athlete here at Southwest. Mike was my AAU coach for spring and summertime, and he gave me the opportunity, and without him, I would have never been prepared, would have never had the success that I had at Southwest. I appreciate all that he has done. He allowed me to stay at his house rent-free for 2 summers after my freshman and sophomore year of college. I learned the game from him, learned the love of the game. You know, I'll talk about my love of the game a little bit, but his love rubbed off on me, and I appreciate that. He's just been a great example, a great person that has been involved in my life, and I thank you for that influence. He turned me from a somewhat skilled athlete into an actual basketball polished player, so I appreciate that, and it's great to have him as a person in my life, and I thank you for that. To my parents, you know, I was able to be successful in basketball and in my life primarily because of those 2 people. They provided a foundation of love, of acceptance, of that I'm the most important thing in the world to them. And no matter how well I did, how poorly I played, it was never about sport or about basketball, about anything. It was about me. I know I was important, and when you're given that freedom and you're given that love, you can do anything. Just set your mind to it, and you can achieve a greatness. You know, it might seem easy as for us to say this, but letting your kids make decisions and make choices for themselves and pursue their dreams, and not having, you know, not putting your 2 cents in or telling them they should do this or that is very, very important, and I appreciate that freedom that you gave me as a kid and as a youngster growing up. And, you know, whenever every other kid, it seemed like we had other commitments, and during the summer of having work or doing something else, I never had a high school job and didn't have those kind of commitments, but I committed to basketball and to the sport because that's what I loved. You believed in me, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate you not forcing me to get a job like everybody else. The only job that I really ever wanted, was to play basketball. That was my dream for a long period of time, and if it was up to me, I'd be inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame and be in the NBA, but that didn't turn out like I had planned, but that's all right. You know, and my parents encouraged that love from every step of the way, from buying me my first pair of Jordans to taking me to high school state tournaments and watching Khalid El-Amin and Minneapolis North play, to driving me twice a week to AAU games, from Benson, Minnesota to Minneapolis, taking the time out, doing everything, and to not missing a single high school or college game. Given a lot to me, always have been there for support. I didn't really have a lot of passions outside of basketball, and I was very appreciative that I could actually explore that and follow that. Although one time in high school, my mom did make me miss a basketball game due to a band concert that I had to attend, which annoyed me to no end at the time, but I realized what she was trying to do, and that I had to instill some decent values in me as a kid. But their guidance and presence have been there, have always been there, and I love you for it, and I thank you. To my coaches, you know, each had a hand in making me a better player, and making me a better man, from Lindahl and Gunnerman, you know, they gave me the freedom. They presented challenges for me. They gave me the discipline to play within the team and to believe in their concepts. And Lindahl, I appreciate you always having a key for me to get into the gym. Without that ability, there's no way I'd been as good a player as I was in college and high school. You know, my high school team, a few years back now, had a good run my senior year when we played 3 or 4 games at the RA facility. I played pretty well, and after a game, we were on the bus, and some squeaky little nerdy guy came on the bus and pulled me off and introduced himself and shook my hand and you know, said I should think about playing basketball here at Southwest. And I said, oh, that's okay, and I thought that was pretty cool, and I felt special. And you know, if the guy had charisma, the guy had a will that just won't stop. And if you ever met Coach Miles, Coach Tim Miles, you know what I'm talking about. The guy was relentless. He even invited himself over to Easter dinner during that small recruiting process. He never came. I don't think we really afforded that invitation to him. But the guy was relentless. He had heart. I saw eye to eye with him on a lot of things, and I appreciate his ability to coach. You know, Southwest wasn't my first choice at all, but I wasn't recruited by anybody else really except Southwest after that time there. And so with measly but really meaningful $500 scholarship, it seemed like this was the place for me. So I'm very happy that I was able to attend here. You know, coming in as a freshman, you don't really know what the rigors are like of college basketball and Division II basketball. I came from, you know, a small AA school, and it was hard. It was difficult learning to adjust. You know, I got my ass handed to me more than one occasion, and even Coach Biggs out there, you know, he might be nice, calm guy. I played with him for many years, but he's an asshole out there on the court. He was mean, and he might not look like much, 150 pounds or whatever, but he took it to me. He gave me everything I could give, and it was hard, but it taught me that, you know, if I wanted to achieve what I ultimately wanted, you know, I had to get better. I had to get smarter. I had to get tougher, and if I was going to do that, I had to make that decision. To Coach Miles, you know, I owe my sincerest appreciation to him for shaping me as a basketball player, as a man. He coached with enthusiasm and intensity, and he was fearless, and I will never forget that. You know, he used to say, he's really good pregame talks every now and again. One that I'll remember forever. I used to had a mean face, you know, a little nerdy guy, but, you know, mean face to make us laugh a lot. But he'd come over, you know, and look me in the eye one time, freshman, sophomore year. He said, Jacob, when you go out there, ball's ready to get tipped, you look at that player across from you, and you say, I'm going to kick your ass this play, the next play, and every bleepity bleep play after that. And I said, giddy up. Like, yeah, coach. I believed in that, you know, and saw eye to eye. And it was great to have his influence as a coach here at Southwest. To my other coaches, him and Coach K were a great duo. Coach K was calm and, you know, settled us down. Miles was hyper and relentless. Coach Forty, Coach Duke, PJ, Coach Steeman. Steeman had a great knowledge of the game. Knew what he wanted to accomplish. Him and I didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things sometimes, but he was a great basketball coach, and I appreciate just the opportunity to play college basketball here at Southwest. You know, they pushed me. They were demanding of me. They made me earn my stripes, and just thank you for believing in me. To my teammates, I won't name everybody. Biggs, you know, was an important part of that. Marcus Penna was my point guard the first couple of years. We saw eye to eye on a lot of things, and I loved his attitude and I loved his hustle. And it was great to have a teammate like that. Now, Chad and Scott, two of the best athletes I've been around ever. It was great to have them as teammates. They demanded a lot of attention from the defenses, which allowed Jakey to get open looks sometimes. So that was much appreciated. To Biggs and Rory and CJ and Prusy, Jimmy Decker, Rob, JP, Boss, everybody, Tesh, A-dubs, B-dubs. They made the game fun. They made the game challenging. They made the game competitive, and I thank you, and I thank you for pushing me and for pushing yourselves. Without dedicated and worthy teammates, no individual can rise to any amount of greatness. And I thank you for going through the 20 and 20s, the wins and losses, the practices, the tirades from the coaches. It surely wasn't easy, but I know I'm better for it, and I know they're better for it as well. To the fans and dedicated members of the supporting staff of Southwest, being away from the game and not being involved in sports for a while and being a community member here in Marshall, I realize the effort and the time and the sacrifices that are made to give opportunities like myself the ability to play college basketball, to put money in the institution, to provide those opportunities are fantastic. We don't realize it as athletes at the time, but now it's remarkable what you guys have done. Ken and Warren and Dick Jorgensen, Ron McLaughlin and Brian Brandt as well. Thank you. As a former athlete, I know how important it is. So I appreciate that. To my friends, basketball was a priority for many years, and they had to put up with my somewhat poor attitude when we lost. It was a basket case if we lost a game, and I was somewhat decent of a human being when we did win games, actually. And just thank you for putting up with me, and thanks for the relief. With basketball would drive me crazy. I'm blessed that I met my girlfriend and now wife Angie here at Southwest. She had to kind of be second fiddle for a little while there in college, but she's the most important person in my life, and I thank you for putting up with me even today. You're the best person I met you here at Southwest. And my friend Brady, I've been a college roommate and friend for forever. Thanks for always cracking me up. I love you guys. Now about me, I played the game because I just had a love of basketball. I love playing the game. I love to compete. I love the way basketball made me feel. I was a very quiet individual. I've somewhat come out of my shell, mostly thanks to Angie. But I loved the game. I loved everything about it. It has enhanced my life and given me an education that will sustain me throughout my life. And competition was everything to me. It puts you in your place. The arena or stage or court really gives evidence of those who put the work in, who can step up in the time of need, who can handle adversity, and gives proof of who you can rely on teammates and how dedicated they are to you. I think there's incredible value in sports, teaching you how you can contribute as an individual to a team, figuring out the puzzle and how it's put together and how you can be a part of it, and then owning your role, whatever that is, within that team concept. It can be brutally honest and somewhat embarrassing at times, but it's an extremely gratifying thing to be involved in sports, and especially at the high school and the college level. I loved practice. I loved getting better. I loved the struggle of going from a freshman to an older member of the team and being someone looked on. But those struggles, you develop a character and you develop a belief system. Not many of you know this, but I had a tough time my beginning of my sophomore year, and I almost quit. We had a game against some team in Wisconsin. Bus ride back was not good, and I said, forget about it. This isn't the place for me. I want to leave. I want to quit. It wasn't getting playing time. It was very difficult. but I stuck to it. For some reason, whether it was Miles' influence or Kay's influence or my parents, I stuck through it. And those struggles really define you as an individual, of just being able to stick to it and believe in yourself and believe in your teammates and believe that it's the right decision. The struggle of knowing you're not as good as you want to, but going through that and wanting to work hard and to get to that ultimate goal, that's the joy. That's the joy I still experience as a man, of being a father and wanting to be a better father, and wanting to be a husband and wanting to be a better husband. That's the journey that's so special, and to share it with people like Brad and my parents and my wife and Mike and coaches and Coach Miles is an extremely gratifying and immensely meaningful experience, independent of the results and wins and losses. I don't recall all the wins and losses and don't talk about them too much now, although I'm still kind of haunted by my missed shot in Duluth, against Duluth, still haunted by the loss against Moorhead at home my senior year to end that year. But that's fine. Those are still driving factors to push me today. I don't care about the records, and I hope they're all broken. And Brad, that's a message to you, to have one of your kids break these. I cared about being the best, and the way I displayed that it may have bothered a few people. I can't apologize for that. That's just the way I played, and may have irked some teammates every now and again. But I loved playing, and I loved to win, and that's where it came from. And I cared about something that I just truly, truly loved. At the end of it, I hope as people look back and see the way that I played and see the ways that our team played, I hope that it made a positive impact in your lives. Because that's really, at the end of it, that's what it's all about, and you should be proud of how it impacted someone else other than yourself. It's not about the honors or the records, although I'm very appreciative for today. I'm thankful that I just get the chance to stand up here and thank the people that I love. It's about the relationships that you have with your coaches, with your parents, for those people that push you and make yourself better. Coach Miles' pep talk still rings in my head every now and again, but I know that the truth of the matter is that the most competitive person that you'll ever face is the one that you'll look in the mirror every day to try to continuously get better, to continuously push yourself and be better all around. Thank you again to the Hall of Honor Committee, to Kelly, to Chris and your team, and to the University of Southwest. I'm forever grateful, and forever will try to do my best to make this institution even better going forward. So, thank you.